Well, good afternoon. My name is Sergeant Ken Lattin with the Kennewick Police Department. I am the spokesperson for the Special Investigations Unit here in the Tri-Cities. This is Franklin County Prosecutor Sean Sant, and we've got some updates on the investigation today. So first of all, I want to just lay some ground rules. We do have some extra people in the crowd. Please remember this is a press conference, a media briefing, and so all questions will come from the legitimate members of the media here today, out of respect for all of them that have made the trip here today. To update from last week, we had several very good questions asked by the media that I said I would follow up on, and so I have. I'm just going to run through these 5 questions that were given to me and try and answer those for you. So first of all, the question was, were the officers wearing body cameras? No, they were not. There was a dash cam video, and we're still in the process of collecting not just the involved officers, but all dash cam videos. Talking about videos, I was asked last week, how many videos do we have? And we've got obviously dash cam videos in the patrol cars. We have social media videos that we've all seen posted on YouTube and other social media sites. So that number continues to grow. We have been sent additional videos this week that people have taken, and that is fantastic. The more information that we have, the better. And I'll talk more about witnesses in just a minute. Another question was asked, was Mr. Zambrano Montes, was he here in the country legally? That is information that will be included in the final report, but you have to understand, not pertinent to the investigation. We will investigate this case whether he was here legally or not. It doesn't matter. We will investigate this case the same way. Another question was, were there restraining orders against him? Again, will be included in the final report, not pertinent to the immediate part of the investigation. It doesn't matter what his legal status was, what sort of legal troubles he'd had in the past. We're investigating this again as a homicide, death at the hands of another person, and his legal status will be taken into account, but not pertinent to the immediate investigation. You asked for a list of all the SIU investigators that were included in this investigation, and so that'll be sent out to you. Actually, was sent out to you already just before we started. I clicked the send button. So you have those on your computers back at work. Those investigators are all aware. Their names were sent out, and none of them had issues with their names being released. Another question was, were the officers involved, the 3 officers from Pasco, were they Spanish speakers? Now you have to understand, a lot of people speak Spanish, like myself. I took Spanish in high school and college and can speak a little bit. I can communicate with most people, but I am by no means a certified Spanish speaker. And that's really all most agencies track, is who's a certified Spanish speaker that can be used as an interpreter. So in this case, those 3 officers, not certified Spanish speakers. I don't know the status of if they knew Spanish. I don't know if they gave any commands in Spanish. That'll be information that we hope may have been captured on the dash cams, because they were all wearing microphones, and so that may have been captured, and we're working on that question. Getting back to witnesses, we have a lot. So as I mentioned last week, we're at about 40 approximately witnesses. You have to understand that of those 40 that we've talked to so far, the majority of those interviews have been completed. So roughly about 90% of those have been completed. The process of having those interviews, which were recorded, transcribed, is in the works. That can take several weeks to get those done. But you have to note also that of those 40, really only a small handful were actual eyewitnesses. Now this is a bit of a problem for us, because as you can see, as we all have seen in the videos that were posted, a lot of people were there. This was a busy time of the afternoon. A lot of people in cars. Now maybe some of those people didn't see anything, but we hope that everybody would please come forward and share what they know, share what they saw. That's all a valuable part of this investigation. More about witnesses. We set up the hotline last week. It has fielded about 23 calls so far. Of those, only 3 were actually witnesses to the event. Most wanted just to share their opinions, both positive and negative, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. We don't want to discourage anybody from calling, but just know that it's only netted about 3 actual witnesses there. As we talk about witnesses, again, that's really what's going to tell this story. We need more. And we just don't want to say I need more witnesses. I want to be specific about what we're looking for. What we don't know at this point is where and what Mr. Zambrano Montes was doing the hours, the days, the weeks leading up to this incident, leading up to February 10th. His family has not been able to account for us where he was 2 weeks prior. He had been staying off and on at the mission over the past months, but they can't account for him in the 2 weeks leading up to. So that information, especially the hours, but we want to know the days and even the weeks, what was he doing? That helps us tell the story. So people who may be able to relay that information to us, they are key witnesses and we'd like to talk to them. One more set of witnesses. So of course we've seen a lot of these videos that were posted. You have to understand that we have to forensically save those videos. It's not enough for us just to take them off YouTube. We have to actually find out who took it, collect it forensically from their phone. We're just taking an image, we're not collecting the phone. We just need to image the phone so that the detectives can preserve that forensically so it can be presented later if the prosecutor needs that. So we have not identified some of those really key those videos that came out day one, hours after the incident. In some of those videos we have not identified who the originator was. You can tell who posted it on YouTube, but it doesn't tell us who originated it. So I'm asking this: if you took videos, if you posted them, and you've already talked to the police and you've shared your information and they've imaged your phone, taken a copy of that, perfect. We got it down. If you haven't, please contact SIU and so they can collect that evidence. That is crucial. So what's happened since last time we got together? So first of all, you need to know that our partners at the Washington State Crime Lab have done a phenomenal job. Normally, and I don't want to set this unrealistic expectation, normally this would take several weeks. They have put this at the top of their priority list in the state. So the Cheney Crime Lab opened their doors Saturday. We sent our evidence technician up Saturday and Sunday with evidence that'll need to be analyzed. Obviously, there's other cases in the state, unfortunately, have been put to the back burner. But we are now at the top of the priority list. So we hope to have information back from the crime lab sooner rather than later. And I'll just finish with this. So it's still actively investigated. The majority of the investigators are still working on this case. We appreciate the patience of the public. We appreciate the respect that people have shown each other in the other activities, the demonstrations, the protests that have occurred. Appreciate the trust that the public has put in the Special Investigations Unit, and we will continue to move forward. And with that, I think I'm going to let Sean Sant say a few words about his portion of the investigation.
Okay, thank you.